Do I feel happy in life? Let's say I hope I'm finding happiness, right? Well, for me, if I can realize certain things in my work, I come the closest to being happy, and I can say that also about my life. Well, it only happens, I think, in moments, sometimes when I'm working, and I'll be able to fulfill a scene truthfully, and then I think I'm the happiest. Well, I find it very stimulating to keep studying and working, but I'm not just generally happy. If I'm generally anything, I guess I'm generally miserable. I don't know. Sometimes I think.
Do you like?
I don't know. I think sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Which is natural, I guess, for everyone.
Hi, welcome to my channel. On my channel, I share my art, poetry, knowledge, spiritual insights, and things that are still a taboo. I do this with a touch of elegance and vintage charm. I dare to be rebellious and speak up for myself and other people that have experienced similar things like I did and didn't dare speak up for themselves. Today, on this video, I want to discuss the price pretty, intelligent, introverted women pay. It is true that pretty women like me experience very difficult challenges almost every day, but nobody talks about it, or nobody wants to listen because put women like me in cages. They try to put us in cages. But today, I'm going to talk about why most pretty and introverted women are dealing with melancholy, depression, sadness, and trust issues.
Do I feel happy in life? Let's say I hope I'm finding happiness, right?
I have here a beautiful rose. The rose often symbolizes beauty, and I have this with me because I want to talk about a metaphor. This beautiful rose represents beauty, and it has spikes. And the spikes are there to protect the rose, because not everyone is allowed to touch this beautiful rose. And just like this beautiful rose, pretty, confident, and introverted women like me have boundaries and rules. And it is the truth that many people can't handle that, because they think that pretty, intelligent, introverted, confident women like me are supposed to please them and their false expectations of us. Today, in this video, I'm going to talk about my own personal experiences as a pretty, introverted, and unique woman. And I'm also going to talk about the expectations society and other people in society try to put on us, and what kind of effect it has on me and other pretty and intelligent, confident women like me. First of all, many people assume that pretty women have perfect lives, and that every day we wake up just very happy and everything is rainbows and sunshine. But sadly, that is wrong. As a pretty woman myself, and from what I've heard from other pretty women, is that it is extremely difficult to create trustworthy friendships. And that is because many women or men, especially insecure men and women, have expectations about us that are impossible. First of all, many insecure men and women project a lot when it comes to pretty women like me. From personal experience, from what I've personally experienced, is that, for example, I am an introverted woman, and when I am somewhere new, or just when I am in a friend group or an event or just anywhere, just because I am pretty, people assume that my introverted nature is a sign of arrogance, because they feel threatened by my beauty, and they project their own insecurities onto me. Another example is that people, especially men, they will make the assumptions, just because I am pretty and I'm very feminine, that I am dumb, that I'm not intelligent enough. Sadly, this is not only the thing I experienced, but this is something that many famous, pretty women all around the world has experienced. Also, just normal pretty women have experienced this. At the beginning of this video, I showed a clip of Marilyn Monroe talking about how she finds it difficult to find happiness, and that when she has accomplished filming a scene or working on a project, that she then could feel a little bit of happiness. And she also explained that she is not genuinely happy, but that she is, if she is anything, that she is genuinely miserable.
Happiest. Well, I find it very stimulating to keep studying and working. But I'm not just generally happy. If I'm generally anything, I guess I'm generally miserable. I don't know.
Because I, as a pretty woman, pretty introverted woman, can relate to what Marilyn Monroe explains. Like I said, many people also assumed that Marilyn Monroe was unintelligent and dumb. But the truth is that she was very intelligent, that she loved reading books, and that she was also introverted. Her true self was introverted, and that she experienced anxiety. And from what I have experienced personally is that men in general also assumed that I was not intelligent enough. On workplaces, I've experienced, and just on schools, for example, I have experienced men talking to me like I'm a child without a brain. I've literally experienced men talking to me like I have no brains. And it felt so awkward. Like some men really tried to project their own insecurities onto me by doing this. The truth is also that many women that lack confidence will also feel intimidated when an introverted, beautiful woman dares to be on her own. And I have experienced many times that a group of women would just automatically hate me for no reason, even if I was just minding my business. I have so many examples, I don't know even where to begin, but let's give an example. I want to add that insecurity is not bad, but when your insecurity causes you to do bad things to other people, then you need to really seek help. For example, I was working somewhere, and then those group of women would spread gossip about me to each other, and they would create false narratives. What many women also experience is that they are outcasted and discriminated by women that have confidence issues and that are narcissistic. Many women that are comfortable in a group and that likes to be the puppet of other narcissistic women are often women that feel insecure and they don't know themselves well. When they see a confident woman, introverted, pretty, confident woman like me, they feel threatened. And they spread gossip. They try to humiliate the pretty, introverted woman. And this causes women like me to have trust issues because often is the sad truth that often people first will start to admire you, and that admiration will quickly turn into jealousy because they don't know how to learn from confident and pretty women. And this becomes toxic. I also, as a pretty woman, don't believe in friendships anymore because I cannot tell you how many times I have been betrayed many times. And even I have been betrayed by people I called my best friend. And because it is such a deep wound, I just don't believe in friendships and best friendships in general. I also don't believe in sisterhood. The only sisterhood I believe in is with my own family. But other than that, I don't believe in friendships. Because as a pretty woman, I have been backstabbed many times. And the only reason for this is because of my beauty. Yes, and I'm not saying that pretty and introverted women like me don't make mistakes. Yes, we do make mistakes. But when you are pretty, people seek reasons to hate you. Women and men with insecurity problems and self-esteem problems, they will call a pretty woman very quickly the B word. And we all know what that is. That when I don't meet their expectations, that I'm just a bad woman. That, oh, my real face has shown. But like the example I gave of the rose, we pretty women have boundaries. Not everyone is allowed to talk to us or be in our presence because we have seen over and over again in our lives that people, especially insecure people, can be very dangerous. they can be dangerous because they spread false gossip, they try to sabotage us, they try to physically attack us. Men try to humiliate us. Many people in the society expect introverted and pretty women to be mean, to live up to their own imagination and false expectations of us, because it has been programmed for centuries in the minds of people that pretty women are here to please other insecure men and women. And that's just not the truth. For example, when I defend myself, when I stand on business, insecure women and men feel so insecure that they have to spread rumors and false rumors and try to ruin the reputation of a pretty woman, thinking that it will hurt a pretty woman. Or for example, an insecure man will also do various tactics, thinking that it will harm or just make the pretty woman sad. But they don't know that a pretty woman like me have mastered her emotions, has been able to sit alone and enjoy her presence, her own presence. And they don't understand that we dress up for ourselves. So those insecure men and women, they thought that, or they still think that maybe their gossip, their stupid games will make me feel insecure. But one thing I can say is that's not true, because I love myself. I love myself so well, and I know my worth so well that I will not even waste 1 minute thinking about what other people think of me, because introverted and beautiful women like me have experienced hardships early in their lives. For example, I, as a woman in my early 20s, I have experienced near-death experiences. And those experiences has made me so aware of that there is limited time on earth, that nothing else matters, that my health matters the most. If I am healthy, if I have something to eat, and if I am able to wake up, that I am already lucky enough, and that I have learned quickly, early on in my life, that people gossiping, people assuming bad things, people talking about me without knowing me, those things doesn't even matter. I learned quickly the hardships of life. I have been able to look deep within me. I've learned all by myself that real strength, real confidence lies within myself. I'm way beyond the problems other people worry themselves about. I have also experienced that when I dare to defend myself, when I dare to stand on business, that people get triggered. But that's life. It's not my responsibility. It's not any pretty woman's responsibility to ease the triggers or false narratives of other people. As a pretty woman, I've experienced so many things that I know that the things I experienced wouldn't be able to fit in one video. I've tried to explain things that pretty, introverted, and confident women like me experience in general. I've also asked pretty, confident women that I know about what I've experienced, and many women told me that they have experienced that women close to them never supported them, that they felt not seen, they have felt not understood, and that, for example, their friends or their loved ones would easily support other people, but when it came to them, they wouldn't support them. They would make them the scapegoat. And that is also the truth. On the last part of this video, I want to explain why I and many pretty and introverted, confident women experience melancholy and has issues with feeling happiness sometimes. Personally, I have experienced melancholy almost all my life. One of the reasons is because, like I said, I'm an introvert and I feel everything very deeply. And as a pretty woman, as a woman that has experienced betrayal over and over again, that has experienced not being understood, that has experienced being misunderstood, the melancholy comes from the hope I had from people. The melancholy comes from the days I felt like I had friendships or I had people that understood me, but the realization that was false, and the realization that people can betray me so easily and so quickly while I was there for them is of course very painful. And as an artist myself, I felt the melancholy very deeply, a sense of sadness and nostalgia, and that is what caused me being so poetic and loving vintage things so much. For example, with when the seasons change, I feel also change within me. I have learned that we dance, life is a dance, and we go through many things, and what we are left with is the things we have learned from those bad things we experienced. And I am also a person, a woman that has learned to be on her own. And so my teachers, the people around me, they may have betrayed me, but I love myself so much that I even loved my own melancholic feelings, my own nostalgia. I have learned to create meaning out of everything, and that is how I also transformed my pain into something poetic, something artistic. And I want to say that I love my freedom so much, and despite all the things I've experienced, I still love to live, and I still love to speak my truth, because I also believe that there are high vibrational people, that there are of course people that do understand me and that also relate to the things I have also experienced and explained on my channel. And I am so happy to be able to inspire people with my voice, and that is my power. Empowering other women and other people is what also empowers me, myself. I want to say that you should never give up on yourself and your dreams. And this is the end of my video. If you relate to my video, please remember to hit the like and also share your own experiences. What kind of things have you experienced? And what have you learned from it? Don't hesitate to share it with me, and let's create a beautiful community of pretty, confident women and men that trust themselves and that love themselves and that feels enlightened and good about helping other people, and that also want to speak their truth. Thanks for watching my video. I hope this message will give you motivation and inspiration to keep going.
Yes, because I could easily be alone. It doesn't bother me to be alone. Some people I know, they don't like to be alone. I don't mind it. I need it as a rest, and yeah, it kind of refreshes myself. Yeah, and a rest.